Hello, I want to tell you about a major report we've just published called Democracy Denied. It's been written by parliamentarians who between us have 256 years' experience of passing laws in the Commons and Lords. And what we're concerned about is delegated legislation. That is where the Act of Parliament gives Minister a power to make secondary or delegated legislation. It's absolutely essential. Government can't work without it. But we're concerned about the way it's done and the fact that a large number of those laws will not be debated by Parliament, and even when they can be debated, we can't amend them, and they get 90 minutes debate at most. So what we're really concerned about are things such as skeleton bills. Now, a skeleton bill has got just a loose framework, general concept of what the law is about, and the details are filled in later by delegated legislation. Legislation we can't really change, and it may not even be seen by Parliament. We're worried about a 582-year-old rule called Henry VIII powers. That's where the Act of Parliament gives the Minister not just the right to make new legislation, but at the stroke of a pen to rewrite Acts of Parliament and delete whole sections of them, or even the whole Act. Now, we're doing a bill in the Lords at the moment, which will get about 20 days, long days, detailed scrutiny, first reading, second reading, committee stage, report stage, third reading, and both houses of Parliament will consider it. But delegated legislation gets none of that scrutiny. So it's very, very worrying that a Henry VIII power can scrub out all that debate at the stroke of a pen. Then we're worried about something called tertiary legislation. That's where the Act gives power to the Minister to make legislation, and he devolves it down to some body or organisation you may never have heard of, and they've got the power to make laws which people will have to obey. And that may never, ever be seen by Parliament, and we don't think that's right. Then we're worried about guidance. Now, we've no problem if the government has an Act of Parliament and the Minister can make guidance, which is merely advisory, then Parliament should see it, but we don't need to debate it or discuss it. But so much guidance has got a phrase in it, must have regard to. In other words, that guidance can be quoted in court, and if you don't have regard to it, you could be breaking the law or the rules. It is quasi-law, and we say any guidance where people must obey should be seen by Parliament, should be debated by Parliament. So we don't just complain about these things, and this is not a new thing that's happened since Brexit or the COVID. We've researched this over 90 years, and this problem of increasing delegated legislation without proper parliamentary scrutiny has been building up for 30, 40 years. And we offer solutions. We say that there has to be a culture change in government whereby the people drafting bills don't just find the easiest and quickest and fastest way to bounce laws through, but they consider the fact that Parliament should be involved in discussing them and debating them. We don't need to debate every one. We've got a system whereby we can debate the most important, but far too many are not considered by MPs. That's why we say democracy is denied, but we offer the solutions so that democracy can be restored in this great Parliament of ours. Thank you.